Welcome back to the program. Looking at the measures the government in Nigeria is taking, we start from Taraba State, as the government says it is not taking anything to chance, as it has stationed health officials on the land borders between Taraba and the Republic of Cameroon. The state government says it is not taking anything to chance, and the governor explains that the same measures are applied to the sea borders, airports and motor parks.
People coming into land borders will have our port health officers. Their duty is to screen people at the borders, be it land border or sea border. And for the isolation centers, already we have designated 2 centers, Federal Medical Center Dibango and State Specialist Hospital. Officers at the biological unit have been taught how to take samples. For now, it's 2 laboratories in the country that are testing to confirm if it's coronavirus. That is Lagos University Teaching Hospital and the lab of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control in Abuja. What I believe, as time goes on, they will expand it to other parts of the country so that it will ease diagnosis.
The rationale behind this thing is to ensure we start from our home before we go outside. Because the police work, we have to be in contact with people every minute. That's why if you lecture your men and officers, they will be able to know how to prevent themselves against this disease when they are coming in contact with the people. That's the essence of doing it. And I know that this sensitization will be extended outside, so that people will be able to benefit from this one and they'll be able to organize their homes. Because what this thing needs is enlightenment. As far as you enlighten more people, then we can prevent a lot of things.
In Akwa Ibom State, the police is asking all its officers to observe personal safety measures and avoid unnecessary arrest and detention of suspects. The state commissioner has also ordered the immediate release on bail of suspects whose cases are bailable. Also in Niger State, mixed reactions are trailing Governor Abubakar Bello's declaration of the 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. curfew in the state. While some commend the decision by the state government, others criticize the government for not providing palliative measures before taking the decision. Well, in Kogi State, the government has set up a 29 committee led by the state deputy governor to monitor and work towards averting the outbreak of COVID-19 in the state. The committee also banned all forms of social and religious gathering, club activities, weddings or burials in the state with immediate effect. Also in Nasarawa State, the story is not different, as all schools have been shut down and health officials on the red alert. In Plateau State, there's been total compliance on the directive and the state government on the closure of public and private schools and tertiary institutions in the state, as part of measures in curtailing the spread of the coronavirus. Well, for some fishermen in Kenya, the COVID-19 outbreak is giving them an unexpected boost. On the shore of Lake Victoria, Kenyan fishermen are benefiting from a fall in cheap imports from China, as well as wary customers fearing coronavirus, and they're turning away from Chinese fish. Amid fears the coronavirus pandemic will push the global economy deep into recession, there's one group that's received an unexpected boost: fishermen at Kenya's Lake Victoria. Cheaper Chinese imports have dried up and wary customers are also turning away from Chinese fish. That's good news for fishermen like Maurice Mishodi, based out of Donga Bay near Kisumu.
The fishermen are really now smiling at the Lake Victoria region because we are receiving more visitors. Right now, when you see Donga is really crowded with a lot of the residents of Kisumu coming to buy the fresh fish because people fear the Chinese box fish due to the coronavirus.
Kenya bought $23.2 million of frozen fish from China in 2018, and the local industry has long complained that the cheaper imports have strangled their trade. Previously, Fishermen at Donga Bay would sell around half their catch, eating, battering or giving away the rest. Now they are reportedly selling 90% and prices have also shot up. Well, shortages and price spikes push Nigerian and South African residents to produce their own sanitizers. Lagosians are creating homemade hand sanitizing solutions, while South African gin distiller improvises sanitizers to plug shortages.
So this is my aloe vera gel.
When the cost of hand sanitizer skyrocketed in Nigeria, Moji Kashanu started making her own. Africa's Center for Disease Control advises against making hand sanitizers at home because it contains alcohol at a potentially dangerous high concentration. But for Kashanu, a chef, mixing her own from a recipe on the World Health Organization's website was the only way to protect her family.
2 weeks before the first confirmed case in Nigeria, I went to a supermarket and I got the really small bottle, the 50 ml, I think, for 200 naira. 2 weeks later, my brother went to the same supermarket and he was retailing at 1,700 naira. Now, I have 2 children and a large household. There was no way I was going to buy 1,700 naira for everybody.
And it's not just a way to protect children. Dwindling supplies of sanitizers across the continent could provide opportunities for entrepreneurs. The continent of 1.3 billion people has recorded more than 1,000 cases in 43 countries with a few dozen deaths. It's a fraction of more than 350,000 people infected and more than 15,000 deaths worldwide. But there are concerns that Africa's creaky health infrastructure could be overrun as the virus spreads.
And as we end the program today, Africa has lost one of its legends in the music industry. Cameroonian saxophone legend Manu Dibango has thrown in the towel in Paris after contracting the coronavirus that's ravaging the world. Dibango, best known for his 1972 song Soul Makossa, is one of the first global stars to die from Covid-19. The 86-year-old fused jazz and funk music with traditional sounds from his home country, Cameroon. He collaborated with numerous artists over a long career, including U.S. pianist Herbie Hancock and Nigeria's Afrobeat pioneer Fela Kuti. The family says his funeral will take place in strict privacy, and the statement from the family reads, asking people to send condolences by email and adding that a tribute will be arranged when possible. Well, condolences to the family and to all of those who've lost people to coronavirus. That's the program today. Thank you for watching. I'm Layo Adegoke.